Hey everyone, Ken here, coming at you with another video from the End Things from Ken's Lanterns and Things, because it's a little different. It's not quite lantern related, and I'm getting hungry. I'm going to snack tonight. So for a snack tonight, I decided to make myself some popcorn in the Whirley Pop. Now this thing makes really good popcorn. I've had it for a long time, and yeah, you might hear some dogs hanging around. When I make it, everybody goes crazy, including the dogs. You'll see as soon as I bring the thing out, they're waiting for me. The other one will be here in a moment. So if you hear the tap in the background, that's what you're hearing. But yeah, this is one of the easiest, best ways to make popcorn. I actually have a commercial machine in the basement, but don't use that because it's such a pain in the butt to clean. And this is so easy to use. Works out fantastic. So I'm going to show you how I make my favorite recipe of popcorn. So we start out with a Whirley Pop. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Whirley Pop, it's basically just a pot that has two sides that open up and a handle here, and it stirs. See, nice as you stir it here. So yeah, it's kind of like your commercial popcorn popper, you know, has the stir bar and everything, except you're just doing it on the stove. So what I do, I actually started using ghee lately. I used to use coconut oil, but for some reason I switched over to the ghee. I found that it has a little bit better taste, a little bit more buttery taste, as it actually is made from butter. So you start out, I use approximately 2 tablespoons of ghee. So actually, you know, if you want to go over a little more, you know, maybe a little more could be better, but of course if you're counting calories, you got to watch your calories too. So but what you want, 2 tablespoons will give you a good coating on the bottom. We'll get that in there and we'll get that melting down. We'll show you approximately how much of a coating you want to have on the bottom there. And it melts at a very low temperature, so you want to do this on kind of low heat to start. And we get a view of that. You'll see how quickly that's going to melt down. And we stir it around real nice with our handle here. Okay, while we're doing that, just let that melt a little bit. I'll turn the heat down a little bit lower. We're going to get ourselves half a cup of popcorn. Now the popcorn I like to use, I found the best is the old Orville. Can't go wrong with Orville. Oh, however, Jolly Time, I've used Jolly Time in the past too. Works pretty good, but the Orville seems to pop up a little better. So we're going to go with a good half a cup of that. Okay, we're going to go right on in. You can hear it starting to heat. Then we'll stir that and we'll check our level. Yeah, so you want it just to cover the kernels. That's going to be like perfect. For flavoring, this stuff, really good. Flavacol. I don't know if it's Flavacol or Flavacol. I don't know. Excuse me the pronunciation, but we're going to call it Flavacol, I guess, because it gives flavor. So for that, we want like a half a teaspoon of that. This stuff is kind of relatively salty, so you don't want a whole lot of this. Just to give it some color and flavor. And we'll put that right in there. And we'll get this all stirred around, okay? Take a look in there, it's all gonna come together real nice. Still a couple chunks of the Flavacol. There we go. Spreading it all out real nice. Okay, now we'll close up the lid here. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to turn our hood on here, get a little noise there, and we're going to turn up our flame here to about not quite full blast, but a good maybe about a 3/4 flame. Okay, so now we're just going to let this go. Now this is all kind of feel from here. You kind of just have to do this a few times. There's no like real timing for it. You kind of just get used to the sounds it makes once it starts like sizzling up, and then you'll know it's getting ready to pop, and then you kind of just listen for the pop rate, and as soon as the pop rate like kind of slows down, then you stop your heat. And here we go. It's going to start out at a nice slow pop. And yeah, the dogs are getting excited when they hear that. And then it's going to go to a very rapid pop. And keep turning. And once it kind of slows down like that, you want to cut your flame. Take it off the flame. Leave it sit for just 30 seconds or so. Not too long, because you don't want that steam to really build up in there and make your popcorn too tough. And you open your lid and you get your bowls ready. And what I do is just dump it right on into the bowl. And it's almost like perfect popcorn every time. And now you don't put the, you have some left for later. I leave the lid open and I put it on a cool spot on the stove. Don't put it back over your burner, because that's going to be hot. So here we go. We've got 2 nice bowls of popcorn ready to go. And for a little further flavor enhancement, if you want, I got this butter flavored popcorn salt. You could add just a dash of that to the top, or you can add, they actually make butter oil. However, it's a soybean based oil, and we're coming to find out lately that the seed oils aren't so good for you, so I kind of stayed away from that. I had some of that earlier, but I tend not to use that. You could you could drizzle a little real butter on there. However, I find just by using the flavor and maybe a dash of this on the top, and makes some really good eating popcorn. I'll just put a little bit of that. And I got customers waiting. Who wants popcorn? They love it. Here you go. Alright, so there we have it. They're going to hound me for the rest of the night as I eat my popcorn. And there we go. I'm going to enjoy my snack. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you real soon in another video. Bye bye for now.